I like the different nozzles on the Aqua Handle because now I can use the misting one and water some of the vegetables that are growing, and it doesn't really put a whole lot of water there, but it gets it in there enough and it's not overpowered. It's really convenient. Welcome back to another Jeff Reviews for you. Today we're looking at the Pocket Hose Silver Bullets Aqua Handle. Sounds pretty cool, huh? Let's get right to an unboxing. Here we have the Aqua Handle. Of course, it's a bulb head product, and it's from the Pocket Hose line, or their Silver Bullet line. And as you see down here, it is an As Seen on TV item. This thing retailed for right around $20 for my local As Seen on TV retailer. So this is really marketed as a pivoting comfort handle, and I'm going to show you the pivot of this handle in just a minute, but it's supposed to be great for people with arthritis or hand pains or even shoulder pains to be able to hold this in a way that will not cause pain. It also does have a few different nozzle heads, and we're going to talk about that as well. All right, so to pivot the handle, there's this button here in the middle, and so you'll be able to push and spin. Push, let's spin. There you go. It does spin around 360 degrees, so every time you push it, it spins a quarter of a turn and then stops, and you can just keep spinning it wherever it's most comfortable for you, but it only stops on the quarter turn marks. Let's unbox this real quick and see exactly what it looks like. I see my directions down here at the bottom by the nozzle, so I'm going to try to avoid that. Let's get my Works zip spin and try to work our way through this packaging. Oh, it's tough. I must need to charge this. There we go. It appears as though the Aqua Handle is made out of heavy-duty plastic. There is rubber around the handles and even the top here around the different spray nozzles. My concern is that there's really no metal, at least that I can see. Typically on my sprayer, I like it to be metal because I know if I drop it, I'm not at risk of breaking it, and this one worries me just a little bit. It's definitely something I would not leave out even on colder days or in the winter for fear of bursting, but it'll be interesting when we actually try it out. This is larger than most handles that I use, so I want to show you a quick measurement. All right, so if we go across, we're about 8 3/4 of an inch long, and then of course we're almost 4 inches tall at the maximum point, just to show you that this is definitely larger than most sprayer handles or nozzles out there. Let's show you a few things about the Aqua Handle. So let me zoom in real fast. So if you see down here on the top, you see this arrow. This is technically the top of the hose, although it can be used the other direction. As we turn this, we have 9 different settings that we can use going all the way around. And of course, they spray all the different ways that you can think of. And we will show all those. I just wanted to demonstrate that here. Also, as you notice, there is a quarter turn shutoff. So right now we are in the off position. So if I want to turn it on, I would just turn it back this way. I'll show you that in another angle. The head here can actually be twisted off, so let's grab and twist. It was a little tight there, so let's turn this completely off, and we can look here down the head. You can see that it's open, and as we turn it, it completely closes it off. I appreciate that both ends actually come with a rubber gasket because that will definitely help with leaking. Of course, those are things that wear down over time and will need to be replaced. I mentioned earlier that you can use the sprayer like this, and technically this is in the upright position because we see that we are notating right here which nozzle we are using. But if you have trouble holding it that way, you can turn this a quarter turn. Let's do that now. And I can hold it like this. It should be noted that if I'm holding like this, yes, it is more comfortable, but it is upside down. And so whatever shower head or nozzle head I want, the indicator is down here by this arrow. So just make sure you remember that. Let's go test this out outside. All right, to connect this to the hose, I just apply the sprayer to the tip there and just start turning. I want to make sure I don't over tighten this because the sprayer is made out of plastic. There you go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the water on. We'll test out the different nozzle heads. We have this in the off position, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on. You can see that I'm now spraying in the flat. I can turn it to soaker, which really is just a lot of water coming out of the middle. Can you see that? Let's turn it to mist. Spraying a little mist there. All right, now we're on the jet. This is the center. That's a nice spray. Of course, then we can go to fan. Here's cone. Wow, shower does a really good job. Vertical I've not seen. I guess, oh, it goes up and down instead of left to right. Then we're here to flat. I think that's where we started, because here's the soaker again. Those are just the different spray nozzles. I do like the convenience of having this quarter turn shutoff right here, because it does a great job of just shutting it off, and that does not put any excess pressure on my hands. So I'm just holding the Aqua Handle here just like it's supposed to. I like the grip. I like that it's rubber in parts and I can really hold on. You know, it's also convenient to have this on-off thing here, where if I want to shut it off, I can just turn it there. I kind of wish, though, that the curvature was the other way so I can turn it off easier than I can turn it on, but it's not that difficult. Let's try it the other way. I find it easier to use two hands. I push the button with one and hold and turn it. Now let's turn it on. I honestly think this is kind of cool to hold it this way. It makes me feel sort of like I'm a fireman. One of the claims of the manufacturer is you can hook this up and shoot a hole right through a watermelon, and that's how powerful it is. Let's put that to the test. I should say that I have the PSI set at my house at 65. The manufacturer actually says you should not go above 80 for this particular handle, so let's see what happens at 65. I've just spent the last 5 minutes keeping the hose at this exact same spot, and although everything got wet, not a single hole popped through this watermelon. So although you cannot shoot a hole through a watermelon, you can use it to clean off bird poop off your car. I think this is convenient. I have the Aqua Handle turned off so I can unscrew this, take off the tip, and actually screw this into something else. Watch. What I have right here is my Hydro Mousse. I'm going to screw it right into my Aqua Handle. I'm actually working on another project where I'm going to plant some grass with the Hydro Mousse. You're just going to have to check out that video when it posts to see what happens. But see, that's cool how we can use it even on this container. In this video, we are looking at the Pocket Hose Silver Bullet Aqua Handle. Try saying that 5 times fast. Anyway, what did I think about it? Well, first things first, it fell right within that $20 as seen on TV price point. And although I like it when things do that, I was kind of disappointed because this seems not quite worth 20 bucks, at least in my opinion. Don't get me wrong. I like the product. I like the idea of the product. I like that it's for people maybe that has arthritis so they can't really hold onto a sprayer for an extended period of time. That stuff is important and neat. I like that. I just was not impressed with the materials that this handle was made out of. I have another sprayer that you actually turn it on and off with your thumb, and it's made mostly out of metal with rubber, and it only costs like $8. Well, this one was 20 and it's all made out of plastic. That really worries me. I feel like a couple times you drop this on the driveway or the sidewalk or whatnot, and it's gonna crack. I also worry about the handle itself. It's only really held into place by that one little pin in the middle, and if that thing breaks, well, the whole thing doesn't even work anymore as it's supposed to. Now, the water part is not even going to be impacted if the handle breaks, but it's still something to think about. So I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to count this as a reason I like it, but it's green, and that's my favorite color, so that's definitely a win in my book. I asked some other people what they thought of it, and here are their responses. One's like, yeah, I think it's neat. Not necessarily something I would use, but it's still neat. Others like, man, if you have arthritis, it's really hard to try to figure out how to spin this thing around. And I will admit, it did take a little getting used to, but after you figure it out, it does spin easily. Anyway, that was my thoughts of the Aqua Handle. If this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. This is what I was talking about earlier with this thing wobbling back and forth. Not so much when it's like that, but when you spin it and it's like this, you can definitely see that it rocks back and forth. When I was using it like this, it was rocking back and forth. I'm like, man, this thing's going to break right off. So that part worries me over time. Also, there's something else you should know. Be careful when you do spin this. Let's see if I can spin it, because I actually had my finger here and I pinched my thumb in there, and boy, does that hurt. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of the Aqua Handle. You know what? Not that long ago, I reviewed another product similar to this, and it's called the Turbojet Power Washer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link that review right up here, and I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you at this review. So go ahead, click it. It's safe, I promise.